So today we have a 2006 Tundra. We're going to be replacing all of the strut components, front and back. So first we're going to start with the back. The new parts that may have for it are by Monroe. I get them from Advanced Auto Parts. Monroe is a good suspension brand. They make performance and they make OEM. So today I just had the OEM spec. So this is one side that I already removed off the truck, and as you can see, in comparison, it's shot. Basically, there's no more recoil. The piston type setup is basically busted, and there's no more recoil. So when you're going over a bump or anything like that, you just feel like a hard stab to the truck. So as you can see, there's no more recoil, so this strut will no longer basically pull itself back up. It's just stuck like that, so you really don't have no kind of bounce support in the vehicle. And if the back is like this, the front is like this, and also it's not good for the rest of your components in your suspension or your alignment or anything like that. So today we're going to be changing them. So get a new part. First thing for you, make sure you match it up. Try feel look at your O1 to make sure the parts that you get when you go to the parts store is compatible. You want to make sure that it comes with your hardware kit. Some don't, some do. You just have to make sure you check. So today the tools them what you're going to need, and I already have a couple tools attached to the O1 just for demonstration. You're going to need a 15, preferably ratcheting, because you're going to be in a tight area. I'll show you that in a second when you need something basically ratcheting. Then you have a small, this is a 1/4 wrench, what basically holds the top of this. I'm going to see if I could demonstrate that real quick. 1 second for me. We only have one hand. So this is what it's basically gonna look like. That 1/4 basically holds the top of the strut head, and as you can see, it's an exact fit. So it's a 1/4 wrench, or if you can use some kind of pliers or whichever works best for you. But this is the exact fitment tool. So help yourself to that. Go ahead and get that local wrench. So this is basically what the setup would be, and this setup you would have to basically do right here. So as you can see, it's a tight space, so that's why I say I recommend using the ratcheting wrench for that nut. It is a 15. So you're gonna basically be ratcheting towards the front of the truck. So when you're ratcheting, you want to make sure you ratchet into the front of the truck to loosen the bolt, and then you want to hold the top of that strut mount, because it is going to spin on you, and that you'll be wasting your time. It's not loosening anything. So you want to turn your 15 towards the truck, towards the front of the truck, and you hold the top of the strut with this 1/4 wrench. So alongside with that, you're gonna need some kind of socket setup. You're gonna need a 18, whatever type wrench or whatever. If you want to use one of these, it's up to you. Whatever you have, you're gonna need some dikes, whatever you can use to cut this off once you have it installed. Don't take this off until you have it marked up. You can squeeze it into the place where it goes, so don't cut this until you already have the head and the bottom basically lined up in the holes. So along with that, you're gonna also need an 18 wrench, and then if you have it, some type of impact to remove the 18mm, because it can get tough, but also it might be too tough for something like this, so you might have air or whatever you have. But you to basically remove the bolt off of here. So let's go underneath, and right here, this is the new one I already installed. Sorry for the shaking. So to remove this bolt here, that's the strut already installed. It's easier to just put your 18 there and then put your socket 18 over here and break it loose. And to break it loose, you're gonna be pushing it towards the back of the truck. So you're gonna push in back way to loosen it up. And once you have them loose, you can go ahead by hand. It shouldn't be that hard. You might need a pry bar, so but you shouldn't take that much force. You just go ahead and bring this towards you, pull it towards you, and then you just slide it down. You take your new strut without removing the container clip. You put it back in place. You might have to work it in here a little bit or so, but you make sure you get it in the hole. Get all of your pieces on first. I'll show you that in a second, but get that hole in first. Get this down, wiggle it in. You should be able to force the bolt through here. Then you go ahead and just start some threads with your nut, so hold it in place, and then you just do that for the next side, and that's how you change the back struts on your 2006 Tundra. But real quick, let's go here. So the hardware kit is very important, and you have to make sure you install it properly, or you might hear some creaking, or it might be misaligned if you don't put in these pieces properly. So as you can see, the two sides are different. You see one with an extension and one with a more elevated but flat surface. What you want to make sure is on the frame, you want to make sure the indented or the elongated surface is facing down for the top, and then for the bottom you want to make sure it's facing up so it can fit into a small hole that's going to basically grip it, and it's going to just slide into the groove. And then your flat surface, actually it rests on these metal pieces here, so you just put them on top like that and it just cushions it like so. So make sure again you don't remove this until you have everything marked up and in place. You just have to work it in place. You might just the strut can actually turn once you have it installed or marked up. So go ahead and install and mark it up, and then cut it and then tighten everything down, and that's how you do the back struts on your 2006 Tundra.